Akadua history. The present form of the Akadua energy comes from the Toltec lineage of Kyoto the Blind. The Toltecs call this energy the power. Akadua is an ancient Egyptian term which means innermost light. When he first released the power to the public in 2007, Kyoto selected this name to give a better modern description. The technique we present here have a very old origin. They have been developed across time in different periods of Toltec history. Most of what you will learn has been designed and developed within the last 500 years. Some of that comes directly from C. Akatel, who lived in the 10th century. C. Akatel and the Toltec migration. The Toltec culture, which predated the Aztecs and the Mayans, existed in what is now Mexico and Central America for more than a millennium. C. Akatel was the last king of the Toltecs. In the year 965 AD, he was exiled because of an internal war that was happening within their culture. The Toltecs were undergoing a period of famine. There was no rain, there was no food. A lot of people there were starving. They looked up to the king and said, "What's going on? You're supposed to be wise. You're supposed to have the connections with the gods up there. Why aren't the gods responding?" See, Akatel was not only a ruler, but also a priest. Religion and the law were supposed to go hand in hand. See, Akatel was also austere. He liked to meditate a lot, and he didn't appear to be doing much at the time to alleviate the hunger of the people. In the face of deep trouble for his people, he would meditate, pray, and fast. This drew criticism from the people who wanted him to be more proactive to solve their problems. An important character came up on the scene at this point. Tezcatlipoca. The name Tezcatlipoca has different meanings. One of them is smoked mirror, and as such, he is the shadowy aspect of the Toltec deity Quetzalcoatl, winged serpent. The name also means adversary. As his historical figure, he presented the people with a solution contrary to the directions C. Akatel seemed to be going. He was a high-degreed priest, but he was more interested in the practical applications of the spiritual arts. Tezcatlipoca taught some dances to the people, taught new music to the people, and taught human sacrifice to the people. The problem is that it worked. He started sacrificing enemies, and rain would come. And the more he did it, the better off the people were. See, Akatel kept opposing that, and after a while, he was thrown out. Many people sided with Tezcatlipoca for his methods seemed to work for their immediate physical needs. The Tolic society was thus splintered as a result. Si-Akatel and his followers were driven into exile. Si-Akatel means one reed. One reed, of course, is a flexible yet sturdy stalk like a bamboo. For the Tolics, the reed is a symbol for the spine and the spinal cord because it is also flexible and carries a powerful energy that goes up to the brain and the back of the head, which is called the house. And the reed goes up to the house and brings all kinds of living creatures up. Si-Akatel did most of his work during his exile. What you will be learning comes from that period of Si-Akatel's life. After Si-Akatel's exile, he spent his priest and priestessness, he sent his priest and priestesses, a few of his concubines, and some of his warriors, and dispersed them throughout the lands with the knowledge of the Tolics. They taught in small groups. First, they would teach to the nobility. Later, the nobility was in danger because of the growth of the Aztecs and the Mayans. Both presented a threat to the smaller tribes all over the place. So whereas Si-Akatel would at first teach the nobility, the Tolic nobility had to go in hiding after a while, and Si-Akatel's party had to teach people in secret, always in small groups, always in secret. When the Christians came and destroyed all of those civilizations, small and big alike, the Tolics were already adept in hiding, so they kept teaching. They already had a technique for passing on information this way. From that time until now, Tolic knowledge of philosophy and spirituality, which included the knowledge of the power, was passed on in secret. It was intended to be released to the public here in the early 21st century.